Hello, everyone. Lots of new faces. So, welcome, everyone. Welcome to another weekend special of Fans Dugout. We're here today for two amazing matches. So, let's start with the first match. It's SRH versus RR. It's going to be a very interesting match with RR trying to gain that momentum and trying to get back in the game. They're almost at the mid of the season, so this is definitely a must win for Rajasthan today. So, it will be interesting to see how the match goes. So let's first start with the SRH fans in the house. Let's start with Samrat. Samrat, hi. What are your expectations from today's match? What are you expecting from SRH today?
Expectation as an SRH fans are very sky high. I mean, if you would have asked any SRH fan before the tournament, what happened in the last match is definitely what we wanted. Johnny Bairstow and David Warner coming back to form, firing together, the brothers of destruction, and Rashid Khan amongst the wickets. I mean, a lot was talked about Rashid Khan not being amongst the wickets, like opposition team playing him out. But last match he was in the wicket, so that's very very happy news for us. And hopefully we have a good game of cricket, and hopefully Sunrisers come out on top.
Yep. Definitely SRH didn't miss the presence of Bowie, but Rashid Khan stepped up to it, and it was good to watch Rashid Khan doing what he does best. So moving on to you, Dheeraj. Dheeraj, what are you expecting from your team today? How do you think they'll perform today?
Yeah, as we know, both Australian captains together after a long time, they're meeting in IPL. I want to see them last time we seen Johnny Bairstow and Dave Warner firing in the grease. We want the same way like last match they did. I'm hoping that Rashid Khan can make some wickets in the early. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yep. So moving on to you, Mr. Surinder. Rajasthan really need to win this one. So what are your expectations from your team today? How do you think they're going to perform today?
Well, it's a very big game for us. The results yesterday did not go our way. Obviously, if we wanted CSK and Kings 11 to win, and then this match would be still important, but not as important. Now it's become a 4-point game because if we do not win today, we will be stuck on 4 points, and SRH, Kings, KKR, and RCB will be on 8 points. So for us, it's now a must-win game, and I think it's the best matchup for us because I say the threats in the Sunrisers team can be our strengths, and their strengths can be our weaknesses as well. So if we take wickets, the top couple of wickets pretty early, I think the middle order and obviously them being one bowler short, Indian bowler short, is going to be key for us. And Rashid Khan, he will come in probably after 6th or 7th over. So by that time, our top three would have been batting for a while and hopefully get their iron. So it's a very, very good matchup. But one I expect with Ben Stokes coming back in our team and a couple of other little tweaks, I hope we can win.
Yep, definitely. That's the expectation today from Rajasthan. Moving on to you, Upyan. Welcome, first of all. What are you expecting from your team today? How do you think they'll perform?
Well, I'm a Royal fan.
Yep.
Rajasthan Royals fan. It's a must-win game. There's absolutely no doubt regarding this. But there's one concern that I have. With Ben Stokes coming in, it's probably Andrew Tye who's going to go out. So that means we are probably going to bring in one Indian bowler. And our Indian bowling is horrible right now. I guess we might have a few changes. Shreyas Gopal probably needs to go out. Mayank Markande needs to get in. But there's this, I think we have another under-19 bowler apart from Karthik Tyagi. So Surinder ji, please correct me if I'm wrong. Akash Singh. He needs to get a game. It's Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Where are we playing?
Dubai. I think the match is in Dubai, yeah.
Yeah, we are playing in Dubai. So the pitch should help us. Batting first, probably. I really hope our middle order delivers today. That's it, pretty much.
And I say I do agree with you there. The two changes that I actually made, I probably said maybe Markande for Gopal and maybe Vora, because everybody wants Vora to play, coming for Lomro, so again strengthen our batting. But having what's his name again, Stokes coming in, and I think his speed has increased at least 10% on what he used to bowl before. So he's definitely a different player to the one that's played in last year's IPL, and that confidence and that self, and he's been training in New Zealand as well, which is very good for us. So it's going to be.
I think we wouldn't really. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think we wouldn't really be wise if we are using Ben Stokes in the death, because I've seen him in the death. He's not done well. The CSK match is still a nightmare. The West Indies final is still a nightmare for him.
Yeah.
So I don't really think Ben Stokes should be bowling at the death. Who do you think should bowl for us at the death?
I think if you could have one over, say 17th, 18th or 18th, 19th or 20th, one over and that, it should be fine. But I won't give him the last. I won't give him the last 2 overs. I'd probably bowl him out by the 17th over. Yeah, I think that's probably the plan.
Makes sense.
Yep. So moving on to you, SRH fans, Samrid, how do you think your team will line up today? Are you expecting any changes from your team, or do you think you're satisfied with the previous lineup that they had?
Well, I don't think there'll be any changes made. Definitely, since we won the last game, if Vijay Shankar is fit, he might come in for Abdul Samad. But I want to share a fact. I mean, if you look at the last match, we really struggled with the fifth bowling option. Then I've been telling you ever since I've joined the dugout that our fifth bowling option remains to be the only worry. And Abdul Samad went for 28 runs in the last match. He didn't even complete his 2 overs. Abhishek Sharma bowled 1. Now with Ben Stokes coming in for Rajasthan Royals, the middle overs, he can definitely capitalize on Abdul Samad's over and even Abhishek Sharma. So now I think the importance of Vijay Shankar will be even more if he comes back into the team. Maybe 7th or 8th over when the power play finishes, you can give a couple of overs to Vijay Shankar if he's fit. But I'm really worried about the fifth bowling option. Definitely with Ben Stokes coming in, quality player, he can capitalize. If they go for 40 to 50 runs, I mean, that's half the match gone over there. And even if they negotiate Rashid Khan's 4 overs, and if they tackle the 4 overs from these 2 bowlers, so it will be difficult for us. Again, I would want to bring in an extra all-rounder, maybe in place of Williamson, but that's not going to happen. So let's see. Hopefully, these 2 bowlers can bowl well and maybe restrict Rajasthan Royals to a low total.
Yep.
And that does play into our strong suit.
Strength,
that does play into our strong suit, because what will happen, even the first 5 or 6 power play overs, if say we do have Butler or Sanju opening the batting with Yashasvi or Vora, that could be a possible combination. Once they have settled in for 5 overs, our middle order has less pressure on them. So again, our big threat for their bowling attack is Rashid Khan. But their middle order was also a problem for Sunrisers, because if Bairstow and Warner don't tee off, they will struggle, I think.
Yep. Moving on to you. Go ahead.
I think both the teams in the first match, both of them depend kind of unhealthily on their first top 3. Samson is inconsistent right now. He's kind of out of form. I just hope he gets back in form, makes a quick 40 or something. And the same thing goes with Manish Pandey. It's always nice to see Indian players play well. But regarding the top 2, I think for Rajasthan, Smith should be opening tonight. What do you think? Or is it Vora?
Smith, it's a difficult one because Yashashvi did his role. He was told in the last game, and we had been complaining previously that what was happening is we were not seeing the power play over. So he saw the power play over. The problem was, as soon as the power play went over, he got out quite quickly after. But he's going to get form. So I personally would open with Smith and Butler, or Smith and Sanju, and try to drop Butler at the 3, because I think Sanju likes the ball coming straight on, and he's done better as an opener than the number 3. But how do you do that? Compensate with Ben Stokes is the big question for us.
Would you give Yashasvi another game?
Yes, I would. After what he played last year, I would. But
where would you play him?
Maybe at 4 or 5, yeah.
And I don't really think he should be playing against a team like SRH, which actually has a good bowling attack. Like, he's played against DC. He's clearly not compatible facing Rabada, Norje, Aksar and Ashwin. So I really wouldn't want to play him against SRH. Maybe a CSK, maybe Kings 11, medium pace bowlers, lots of them. So I think he should be comfortable against them.
But I say today, I say you take the power play bowlers out. Yeah, our biggest threat today will be Rashid Khan, and I don't think Sunrisers will bowl Rashid Khan in the first 6 overs. I don't think they would do that, unless we get up to an absolute fly and they need a wicket. I can't really see Sunrisers really pushing that. So maybe Yashashvi can open, but again, our top 3 have to fire. Our top 3 established players have to fire, and that's Butler, Samson, and Smith.
Actually, I would like to add a point.
Sure, Samran.
I would be tempted to bring in Rashid Khan for 1 over during the power play. Just to try and see whether he can get the wicket of Butler or Smith or whoever's opening. So I just feel that 1 over from Rashid Khan. Even if they negotiate him, no problem. But 1 over from Rashid Khan just to try him out.
Yeah, that's our big threat. That's our big threat because the way I've read the match is okay. Natarajan and Sandeep probably open your bowling, so that basically gives us that extra thing. And like with us, we've got Archer, so I would like to see Archer bowl the first couple of overs against Warner and Bairstow, like Delhi did against Mumbai did against us. They bowled Bumrah straight up top. He'd bowling at 3, but he bowled straight up the top and took the early wickets and set the tone. So I would fear Rashid Khan bowling against our top 3 in the power play, but not as much coming past post 6 overs.
Do we get a Tewati or Jofra Archer as our opening batsman now?
A lot of fans have been saying that.
Just imagine Jofra versus Rashid Khan now.
Exactly. A lot of fans. We put a poll up on our fan page, and
it can be a wicket maiden. It can be a 6.
It could be.
I think then we'll open with Abdul Samad with the ball. Jofra.
Please open with Abdul Samad. We wouldn't mind that.
Save Rashid Khan when Josh Butler comes in.
Okay.
That'll be interesting to watch.
And Jofra Archer has a really good record against David Warner. I think he's got him out quite a lot of times.
Yeah. And I think that's where we've got to make sure that happens. And I think, as I said, if Varun Aaron is fit, I think Varun Aaron might be again just bowling 3 overs out. Because in the last game against Delhi, our power play was very nasty, and I think we need that nasty streak in our bowling just to set that aggressive tone, because we're too nice. We're so nice. Our franchise is so nice, and I think we need that nasty streak.
Yep. Really interesting.
I think Bairstow will be a much more important wicket for Rajasthan now, because if you see the last couple of games, Warner has been taking his time at the start. Johnny Bairstow has been the one who's the aggressor. So if they get Bairstow early, Warner has not been, striking the ball so well, even though he scored runs in the last couple of games. So if they get Bairstow early, and think that would be opening for Rajasthan Royals. It will be very important to get Bairstow, in my opinion.
Samrud, don't worry. We have brought Virat Kohli back to form. We'll probably bring David Warner back to form. You never know.
Maybe 100 today. And then we would thank Rajasthan Royals for that.
Let's see how that goes. So quickly moving on to the next match in hand. It's the tabletop clash. It's Delhi versus Mumbai, and it's a very interesting match. Both the teams have been amazing so far, and both the teams have really good firepower in them. So let's start with Deepak. Deepak, क्या लगता है आपको आज मुंबई कैसा परफॉर्म करेगा? क्या ख्याल है आपके?
पहली बात तो आज सुपर संडे है, तो मतलब बहुत मजा आने वाला है कि एमआई वर्सेस डीसी दोनों टॉप टीम हेड टू हेड मैच होने वाला है। और दोनों का परफॉर्मेंस देखते हुए मतलब आज पता चलेगा कि कौन टॉप पे जाएगा एंड कौन सेकंड नंबर पे आएगा। तो लास्ट मैच देखा था अबू धाबी में, मुंबई इंडियंस ने जैसे राजस्थान को ऑल आउट कर दिया था, तो आज भी मतलब शायद से डीसी को वैसा कर सके और मुंबई इंडियंस टॉप पे जा सके। एंड मतलब रोहित सर को आज कमबैक करना पड़ेगा, रोहित सर का बल्ला बोलना चाहिए, मुझे ऐसा लगता है। और बस
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। Moving on to you, Sunny. Sunny, how do you think DC will perform today? What are you expecting from your team tonight? You're not audible, Sunny. No.
I could just step in.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, to be honest, it's going to be a cracker of a game because, it's between the top two teams. Both of them have been consistent in this year's IPL. Mumbai winning their matches on a consistent basis, as well as Delhi. And it's going to be, tough today to pick who's going to be the winner, because Mumbai has got that ability. At the top, they have Rohit Sharma, Quinton de Kock performing well. In the middle, they have Hardik Pandya, Kieron Pollard, Ishan Kishan, who have been doing well. And in the bowling department, they've got, someone like Trent Bolt who can swing the ball at the start. And now Bumrah has also started the bowling with the new ball also. So tough, very, very tough match for both the teams because, Delhi has also got a similar kind of strength. They have, their top order has been giving them the steady starts they need. Their middle order has been doing well and their bowling, has been looking up to the mark. So really hoping for a good game. And to be honest, I'm hoping that today Delhi comes on top of MI, so that it'll be clear, okay, who has been the most consistent.
Yep.
Oh, it's 100%. As I said, it's hit everything. These two teams are so good in all departments. And again, in the last match of Delhi versus Rajasthan, the top didn't work out, but the middle did. And then the bowling attack, you look at the bowling attack, and it's very, very, very close. And I think I say Akshar Patel, Kunal Pandya, very close matchup. Trent Bolt and Thingy, it's a very, very good matchup, and I'm super excited for that game as well.
Yes. Moving on to Deepak, आपको क्या लगता है आज मुंबई इंडियंस से कौन सबसे अच्छा खेलेगा? आपको टीम से कोई चेंजेस एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो आप, या वही पुरानी टीम जो पहले पिछली मैच में खेली थी वही रहेगी?
टीम तो वही पुरानी बेटर है, मतलब जो अभी तक जीतते आ रही है टीम वही है। और आज के मतलब आज हार्दिक पांड्या सर का बर्थडे भी है, तो आज मैं उनसे ज्यादा एक्सपेक्ट करूंगा कि आज वो कुछ कमाल करके दिखाए। एंड रोहित सर तो ऑलवेज है, और क्विंटन डिकॉक एंड पोलार्ड।
Hopefully आज हार्दिक पांड्या करके दिखाएंगे. Hopefully we expect him to put on a big show. And moving on to you, Sunny. Sunny, what are you expecting from your team's lineup today? Do you expect any changes, or do you think they're happy with the winning lineup that they have already?
Well, to be honest, why should we tinker with the winning combination when you have won consistently, or 3 matches on a trot? So I don't think Ricky Ponting is a kind of coach who will tinker with the winning combination. He's gonna stick with that combination. And as I should also mention, last time I was like I told you that I had a gut feeling that Hitmayev will do well on that match, and he actually did that on that day. So today, I feel it's going to be Rishabh Pant, because whenever it comes to Mumbai versus Delhi, Pant has been there, and you got to watch out for both the captains, because Rohit Sharma is a former international player, opens the batting for Team India, has been captaining Mumbai for a very, very long time in the IPL. And got to watch out for someone like our captain, that is Shreyas Iyer. Also, he hails from Mumbai, but he's captaining Delhi, so it will be a good matchup between the captains as well. And looking forward to the matchup between how Trent bowls against us and how Rabada bowls against the batting lineup of Mumbai Indians. As Deepak mentioned, that Hardik Pandya is having his birthday today, so hoping that Rabada gets him out early and do the job for us.
Yeah, early celebrations for him.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
Okay, Sunny, just one thing. Since you mentioned about not tinkering your batting lineup or your team for the entire thing, do you think Ajinkya Rahane will be available for a transfer swap?
Well, to be honest, I don't think Delhi would be, ready to transfer Ajinkya Rahane to any other team, because Shikhar Dhawan hasn't been in that touch. So, in the upcoming games, if we, somehow manage to win today's game, then from the next game onward, we might see, Delhi doing some experiments with their bench strengths, and bringing maybe Rahane in place of Shikhar Dhawan or Prithvi Shaw to stabilize the top order. So I don't think they'll be transferring him to, but definitely looking forward to how they should be getting an Indian leg spinner, because Mishra is injured. So that is a place I think where Delhi needs to worry. But hats off to the bowling unit, and hats off to how Akshar Patel has been doing his job in absence of Mishra.
And in our last thing, we said that as a Rajasthan Royals fan, we would take Rahane back and swap, say, maybe Makande, and that would solve both problems.
Yeah, completely agree with you, Surendraji.
So coming back to you, Samrit. Samrit, who would be your top picks for both the matches today? Who do you think will play the important role in both the matches?
One player from each team.
One player from each team.
Okay, Sunrisers, David Warner. Rajasthan Royals, Josh Butler. Delhi, I'm backing my favorite player, Shikhar Dhawan. And Mumbai, I would go with Karen Pollard.
Yep, interesting. Moving on to you, Mr. Surinder. Who do you think your top picks will be for today's matches?
For the players I fear most from Sunrisers is definitely Rashid Khan.
Yeah.
Again, when they bowl him, if they don't bowl him in the power play, I'll be happy. If they bowl him after and our batsmen are set, I'll be happy. So Rashid Khan is for me. For us, again, it's a difficult one. I'm going to go for Archer again because I think if he takes the wickets at the front end, we will be, very, very good chance of winning. For Mumbai, I'm going to go for Bolt, probably. Trent Bolt against the opening pair. If he can take the wickets at the opening pair and bowl well at the death, I think he'll be the star man. And for Delhi, I'm going to go for a captain, Shreyas Iyer. I think he's one hell of a good player and a good captain. If he captains the team well, Delhi will win today.
Yep. You did mention in the previous dugout that if Jofra starts the bowling, it would be good for Rajasthan, and it did turn out to be that way. He did manage to pick those early wickets, but it's sad that they couldn't go all the way. But hopefully that
again in that last match, it was the Andrew tie over in the 19th over which cost us that match because that over conceded 24 runs, and that basically gave Delhi Capitals the momentum. And it also cost us even if it went for 15 runs, it would have been psychologically under 80, and that's what cost us that match because and that's what it is in this IPL. It's the bowlers, the death bowlers that are winning the IPL. The batsmen less. It's the actual, and we saw that with Punjab yesterday. They gave and RCB yesterday. They gave all those runs in their death overs, and that's why they lost the match.
And and Nitin, also one thing I just wanted to mention, everyone expected, the match between RR and DC. Everyone expected that it's going to be a high scoring game, but it turned out to be a different game because, the Sharjah pitch now has started to slow up a little bit. And as the tournament progresses, not only Abu Dhabi and Dubai, but we're going to see, average scores being scored at Sharjah. Somewhere between 160 and 180 would be a winning target for every team as the tournament progresses.
Yeah, and that's what everybody's been saying, that these, like if you look at the PSL, you look at all the Dubai tournaments, they start really high and then the totals start falling down when the pitches get used. And again, that's what I'm saying, the death bowling, that's crucial because if you set up the target, like even if today Rajasthan bat first, even if they get a total say of 165, 170, that will be interesting. If they take the first couple of wickets against Sunrisers, Rajasthan will be favourites for that game. But if same could be said for Sunrisers. If they get 170, 165, 170, that is going to be, and you'll see as soon as the wickets get used more, those will gradually fall down, and then you will see lower scoring, which makes for better, exciting cricket.
So moving on to European, who would be your star players for today? Who would be your topics for today's match?
I'd like to start with the second match first. I'm backing birthday boy Hardik Pandya from MI, and I've been really impressed with James Pattinson. He's been a revelation. He's actually kept Mitchell McClenaghan in the bench, so it's kind of a really revealing performance that way. And for Delhi, Rishabh Pant has to be the man, and Norje, of course. For in the first match, I think David Warner will come good, and I'm actually looking forward to see Khalil and T. Natarajan bowl well. They have done that, and they're kind of very economical. And regarding us, well, Jofra, it's a tragedy that he can't bowl more than 4 overs for us. It's too bad. And I really hope Stokes does well because he's the main person who's holding the team. He's the nucleus of the team, even when he's not playing at times. So we are really dependent on him that way.
Yep. It'll be interesting to watch who comes out on top, and it'll be really interesting to see who does well today. दीपक, आपके स्टार प्लेयर कौन रहेंगे अगर आज के मैचेस के बारे में देखा जाए तो आप कौन से 4 प्लेयर को पिक करेंगे जो आज सबसे अच्छा परफॉर्म करेंगे?
तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल रोहित सर एंड हार्दिक पांड्या, एंड डीसी से रबाड़ा एंड शिखर धवन, और फिर जब फर्स्ट मैच में यशस्वी जायसवाल, मतलब राजस्थान के तरफ से यशस्वी जायसवाल एंड ये स्टीव स्मिथ, एंड हैदराबाद से जॉनी बेस्टो एंड डेविड वार्नर. ये मेरे स्टार प्लेयर.
So finally moving on to you, Sunny. Sunny, who would be your top picks for today? Who do you think will take the game away from the opponents today?
Well, coming to the first match, I definitely want Sanju Samson to score runs today because in the last few matches he hasn't been there. In the first two matches he was there, and in last few matches he's here. So looking forward to perform him today. So he gets some runs under his belt because as you can see that today it's going to be between there are I think three Indian keepers, youngsters who will be performing there today. Sanju Samson is there. I think Rishabh Pant is there, and not to forget Ishan Kishan is there. So obviously it's going to be a good day for everyone. I just hope Sanju Samson gets some runs, and also looking forward to how Rashid Khan bowls today because in the last four matches he has been the backbone of SRH bowling. Because if you see in last I think four matches, if I compare, in I think 24 overs he gave somewhat around 48 to 50 runs, and took 8 wickets. So that's actually a very very big achievement for a spinner. Giving runs not more than 4 runs an over. It's a totally different pick for a bowler in a T20 game. And coming to the second match, obviously looking forward to how Rishabh Pant performs today, and also looking forward to how Kagiso Rabada bowls against Rohit Sharma, because in the past Kagiso Rabada has been a player who has actually troubled Rohit Sharma, but the things are completely different at international level, because I know Rohit Sharma actually scored most number of runs against Kagiso Rabada in T20s. Gonna be a great day for cricket fans. Both the matches are really interesting matches, and I really hope somehow if Rajasthan Royals manage to win today, it will actually open up the table once again for every team. So hoping for me the mind says it's going to be SRH, but I'm hoping Rajasthan wins the first game, and in the second match it's always been Delhi.
It was
Just one thing last.
Yeah, sure.
One thing.
Yeah.
Do you think Quinton de Kock will get replaced by Chris Lynn today? Like, it's been time.
Yeah, it's been time. Upen, I feel they should have, played Chris Lynn in the first half of the tournament, because as I mentioned, that pitches will get slower in the second half, and it will be difficult for someone like Chris Lynn to perform on slow wickets, because on fresh wickets, he's the man to go, because he loves the ball coming onto the bat. He loves to play those shots on the up, and he's a clean striker of the ball if the pitch is fresh. So, well, to be honest, I don't think Mumbai Indians tinkering with the winning combination. Unless and until something happens, I don't see Chris Lynn coming in today.
Exactly. I think this is the big confidence game for both teams. The one who wins this team will have the confidence to say we are the best team in this tournament.
Yep. It's quite heartbreaking to watch. Yeah, sure, Samrat.
Can I have 1 point?
Yeah, sure.
I think if the pitch is slow down, will probably be the most happiest team with Rashid Khan around. I think his ability to just spin the ball on flat wickets, and if you give him a slow wicket, he'll be unplayable. And also we can get in Shehbaz Nadeem as well. So I think we'll probably be the happiest team if the pitch is slow.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot about Shehbaz Nadeem, and again he's a quality spinner as well. So see, that's the thing. It'll be a completely different game in the second half of this IPL, and that's why I say with Delhi the spinning option. But Aksar is performing unbelievably, because I say he's going for less than 5 and over, and he's taking wickets, and his fielding and batting is really complementing Delhi. So again, losing Mishra is big, but they have Lamijani as well. So how can they integrate Lamijani into the team? Because I really rate Sandeep.
Yep.
One question to Rajasthan fans: Do you want to get some experience by bringing in Uttapa in the middle order?
Upan.
Please no. Please no. I've seen him practice for KKR last year. I was there at the Eden Gardens. I've seen him practice for KKR. Please no. He's finished. He's done. It's over. Can you please get out of Uttapa and Unadkar now? It's high time.
It's a very high debate on our fan pages that whether Uttapa. For me personally, Uttapa has to stay open. But even then, he just has to see 5 overs out and then get out. But
we need a high score in power play.
with the high scoring power play as well.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel Uthappa's time has come now, and he hasn't been there in the last IPL also. So I'm not looking, that they should play. They should be playing someone like Uthappa or Unadkat in the team for now.
I think
he
for,
should go
for
back
us
to
the
cricket
big
ball again.
problem the big problem was once we got rid of Rahane went to Delhi, we had to get one in, and the two choices were Pujara or Uthappa, and we went.
We had Hanuma Vihari as well.
Hanuma Vihari.
Yep.
And
I feel sad for David Miller too. He played the first game, got run out, never to be seen again.
It's just unfortunate. Like you can only play four foreigners, and you have the best four right now. So, and one of them is your captain, so you can't really replace.
Yep. So
I like Mahipal Namror, what he brings to the table.
He can't play pace. That's actually not a good sign. I mean, you need batsmen who can play both pace and spin. I think the time is almost up. So over to Nathan.
Yeah. So it was really great talking to you all, and it was really some really interesting conversations and some really interesting combinations of who to play and who not to play. So I really like to thank you all for joining in today, and hoping for an amazing weekend, hoping for a really amazing Sunday, and may the best team win, and hopefully we get to witness some amazing cricket.
Come on, hello ball. Come on.
Go Orange Army.
It's gonna be the battle of the battle of the Blues in the evening today.
दुनिया हिला देंगे मुंबई.
Sure, Deepak. Thank you so much for joining in, guys. I'll definitely see you guys next time. Thank you so much.